For the most part, being a famous actress seems like a great life. Adoring fans, a bunch of money, seeing your face on the big screen, but sometimes it means having to do some pretty weird things on the sets of your movies. And that's what we're looking at in today's quick list. Here are actresses forced to do weird things for movie scenes. If you're new to Screen Rant, hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell will let you stay up to date with our videos. If you haven't seen the Crank movies, they're pretty nuts. In Crank 2, we follow Jason Statham's character Chev Chelios as he tries to keep his battery-powered heart running. He does that by giving it jolts of electricity, and what's one way of creating electricity? Creating friction. And that's where Aimee Smart's character comes in. Smart had to shoot a pretty crazy sex scene at a racetrack. That meant horses running past them, hundreds of people watching and filming on their smartphones. She also said in an interview she was trying not to think about what was in the dirt she was rolling in, but that it definitely stank. So yeah, that's a very public sex scene involving horse poop. Okay, so the movie Love and Other Drugs had a lot of sex scenes. It was like a big sex scene with some non-sex scenes sprinkled throughout. So Anne Hathaway had to spend a lot of time naked in front of a lot of people. But she said there was one scene in particular that was especially weird. There's a part in the movie where she walks into Jake Gyllenhaal's apartment and surprises him by dropping her trench coat and being totally naked underneath, only to realize there was someone else in the room. Well, not only was that apparently very weird and embarrassing for her to shoot, but the first time she did it, she wasn't even supposed to. Either she didn't hear it or nobody told her, but they were just doing a rehearsal. Margot Robbie famously got cast in The Wolf of Wall Street after slapping Leonardo DiCaprio during her audition. Not something you should typically do in a job interview, just FYI. Well, that successful audition led to her having to do some pretty weird stuff on set. First of all, it led to having to do full frontal nudity and several sex scenes, which were so nerve-wracking for her she had to get a little drunk beforehand. Also, it involved having a sex scene on top of a pile of money. Sounds like a dream for lots of people, but apparently it's not so fun in real life. Robbie revealed in an interview her back was covered in red scratches from the stacks of bills after that scene, which is a weird onset injury. Alright, so this one isn't so much weird as it is probably criminal. The movie Basic Instinct has a super famous, iconic scene where Sharon Stone uncrosses her legs and flashes her Sharon Stone. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Well, Sharon Stone says she was misled into doing that by director Paul Verhoeven. The fact that she was flashing the other characters was supposed to be implied but not straight up seen. When they were shooting, Verhoeven apparently said, "Oh, we could see the white of your underwear." So she took them off, he put them in his pocket, and zoomed out. The first time Stone saw the shot was in a theater full of people, and she ran up to the projection booth and slapped Verhoeven in the face. This last one's a case of an actress making a weird moment even weirder. In Dirty Grandpa, Aubrey Plaza has a sex scene with Robert De Niro, who is 41 years older than her. And apparently while shooting, Plaza started playing with De Niro's nipples since the characters were both pretty wild. And De Niro started batting her hands away. She thought he was doing that in character and she kept going. Well, she realized her mistake when the director called cut, pulled her aside and told her, quote, "Bob does not like his nipple area paid attention to." And that wraps up today's quick list. Let us know in the comments section what you thought of these weird moments and if you know of any others. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can hit that link to jump over to YouTube and subscribe. Thanks for watching.